What's up, Jets fans? It's Christian from the Jets Report, and today I'm going to be coming at you guys with another video previewing the Jets Week 3 matchup against the 2-0 Denver Broncos. But before we get into that, I want to let you know you can follow me on Twitter at Jets_CP. I love interacting with the fans, and I love seeing your guys' takes, especially during games and during game week. It's so exciting, and I love being part of Jets Nation. So if you want to give me a follow at Jets_CP, it'll really mean a lot, and let's get into the video. So I wanted to start off by discussing our opponent, and like I said before, we are facing the 2-0 Denver Broncos, and the Denver Broncos have had two convincing wins against the Giants and the Jaguars through the first 2 weeks of the NFL season. Obviously, these aren't two marquee teams, and a lot of fans are saying, oh, the Denver Broncos aren't really a scary 2-0 team. They played two bad teams, two non-playoff teams. But hey, they can't control who they're playing, and they just took what they were given and did their job. And this is a team that is good, they're well-rounded, they're well-coached, and it's going to be a tough matchup for the Jets. To start off by talking about their offense, they're led by Teddy Bridgewater. Great comeback story on his part. Obviously, he had that devastating injury not too long ago. Bounced around a couple teams, played for the Panthers last year, but is now getting a starting opportunity with the Broncos, and he's really played well through the first 2 weeks. Obviously, he's not a top 10 to top 15 quarterback. Maybe he is top fringe, top 15 quarterback, but he's definitely not a top 10 guy. But he fits perfectly in this offensive system. He spreads the ball around, he gets the ball out quick, and he really utilizes all the great weapons he has on the offense. That offense is so young and so talented. They're led by Courtland Sutton as their wide receiver one. Then they have guys like Jerry Jeudy, who's injured right now, but they still have good talent like Noah Fant as a tight end, KJ Hamler as another young, speedy receiver, Tim Patrick as another guy in the receiving position. And they have a great 1-2 punch in the backfield that I really like. Melvin Gordon as the veteran, and Javonte Williams, teammate of Michael Carter at University of North Carolina. Javonte Williams, I think, is a great young back, and I think he has a lot of potential to be good in this league. And this is an offense that it's not going to stun you with all their star-studded talent, but it's so young and it's so efficient that I think they really have a lot of potential, and this could be a very good offense this year and for years to come. Obviously, Teddy Bridgewater's not that franchise young quarterback, but he's really doing a great job with that offense. And this is definitely an offense that, they're capable, they're competent, and they put up points to really help their team win. Moving on to their defense, this defense is the strength of the team. This team runs on the defense. I feel like the Denver Broncos have had a good defense for some time now, and they've just had sustained success with a great defensive coach in Vic Fangio. He coaches the guys well, he coaches the guys efficiently, and they don't get too many penalties. And they're a well-coached defense. They have a great secondary. That's their strength on the team. They have great players like Kyle Fuller, Patrick Surtain, Kareem Jackson, and Justin Simmons. Justin Simmons is obviously one of the best safeties in the league. So this is going to be a tough matchup going against this secondary. They're loaded, they're talented, they're young, they're fast, they're athletic. It's gonna be great, and it's gonna be fun to see. But they also have guys like Von Miller, who still has a lot of juice left. I know a lot of people probably assume that he's a little washed, not playing back when the Broncos were in the Super Bowl at the prime of his career, playing at that level. But he's had a great start to the year, and he should definitely be feared. He's definitely not washed. He's still got something left in the tank. And it's just going to be a tough matchup. This is a great defense. They gave Daniel Jones and Trevor Lawrence some struggles. Daniel Jones definitely played a little better than Trevor Lawrence, but they still forced turnovers for both quarterbacks and still held them to under 13. I think both teams scored 13 points. So definitely a very capable defense, and I think it's one of the top units in the league. Two more things I want to add before we start talking about the Jets regarding the Denver Broncos. They're going to be without Bradley Chubb, one of their top edge rushers, a really underrated edge rusher in the league. Super talented young guy. I believe he had knee surgery that's going to put him out, I think, 6 to 8 weeks. It happened this week. So that it's going to definitely help the Jets a little bit. Obviously, you don't want to see a guy of that caliber go down just because he's such a good player and he's so fun to watch. But it'll definitely loosen things up for the Jets on offense a little bit more. Maybe less pressure on Zach Wilson off the edge. Obviously, we'll see for sure on Sunday, but that's just something to note. And one more thing to note, it's the Denver Broncos home opener. Definitely is a big deal. They're a 2-0 team. Their fans are probably so excited. They're about to get rowdy. And I mean, we saw last week with the Jets how great our home opener was. The energy, obviously, before everything went wrong. But there's a lot of energy, and I'm expecting that type of energy in the crowd in Denver. So I was just going to add to a little bit of a toughness of the away game for the young rookie quarterback in Zach Wilson and the young roster in general for the Jets. And it's definitely going to be a tough game. But I'm going to move on and talk about the Jets and what we could do to win this game and maybe come out of Denver with a a little upset win. To start off regarding the Jets, I want to first talk about the defense. This unit has played very well starting off the season. Obviously, everyone knew we thought we were going to have a good defensive line, a very solid defensive line, but there was still a lot of question marks, especially in the secondary entering this season. And man, the secondary has actually played very, very well. I mean, obviously they're not like a top 3 unit in the league by any means, but what everyone was saying before the season started, including me, everyone thought it was going to be the Achilles heel of the team. We were going to lose games by the secondary. And so far, that's not the case. Obviously, it's a very young unit, and there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, and we can't just expect this high level of play throughout the whole season. But man, Bryce Hall has really led the unit and been great in his second year. What a steal by Joe Douglas. Love that draft pick. Took him in the 5th round. He's been great to start off this year. He played solid towards the end of his rookie season, and he's been a great young leader in this secondary. And he's one of the bright spots on this defense. It's great to see. And young rookies are also stepping up on the secondary. Brandon Eccles has played pretty well, and Michael Carter II has been great as well. Saw him have a couple big plays the first 2 games. Really like both of those guys going forward. Two great young rookies. I love Robert Saleh giving these rookies the opportunity, just throwing them in the fire, see what they could do. And those 2 guys are responding really well, so that's awesome to see. Another few bright spots on this defense. CJ Mosley been playing great back in his first full action with the Jets. Obviously signed that big contract, played like 1.5 games his first year, dealt with injuries, then sat out last year due to COVID. But man, he looks thin, he looks quick, he looks like a menace out there. He's looking to hit people, he's flying around sideline to sideline, stuff you love to see from a linebacker in the Robert Saleh defense. So that's awesome. He's a great veteran presence. And Jonathan Franklin Myers has been great off the edge to start the season. And that's without a guy like Carl Lawson taking a lot of attention opposite of him. He's doing this all himself. I'm pretty sure he has 2 sacks through 2 games, I believe. He might have 3 actually, but regardless, he's been playing great. He's been disrupting. He's been our lead edge rusher. And I think the Jets need to re-sign him. I think the Jets need to keep him in the building because I think he's a great young edge rusher, and he's going to be great next to Carl Lawson in the future when we get him back. And also on the injury news standpoint, Jamian Sherwood looks like he's going to play. He missed the week 2 game. Great to have that young linebacker back, get him experience as a rookie, and hopefully let him learn from CJ Mosley and really let him grow as a player. But to talk about keys that the Jets need to really hit to win this game, we got to pressure Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater is not really a mobile guy. He's more of a pocket passer guy who gets the ball out quick. So if we pressure him, make him feel uncomfortable, maybe get some sacks, force turnovers. That's one thing this Jets defense, as great as they've been, haven't really been able to force the turnovers. So if we force some turnovers from Teddy Bridgewater, make him less efficient, make him feel pressure, we get the ball in good field position, we could help out this struggling offense and maybe put some more points on the board than we normally would. And I think that's a big key to winning this game. So now let's move on to the offense. And obviously, with this offense, all eyes are going to be on rookie quarterback Zach Wilson. He definitely did struggle last week, throwing 4 interceptions in front of the home opening crowd. Not really a good look. He struggled. I felt like he was trying to force the ball too early and too often. And it got to a point where it was like 2nd and 28, and he was just heaving the ball downfield, really trying to make a play. And that's just something you don't want to see from your rookie quarterback. You want your offense to help out your rookie quarterback. You don't want your rookie quarterback to bear all the weight on his back and try to play hero ball and make the throws, because that's what leads to the 4 interception type of games. So I really need Mike LaFleur to establish the run game like he did last week. The run game was great last week. Tevin Coleman's not going to be playing this game because he has a hereditary illness that doesn't deal well with the Mile High Stadium and the altitude. So it's going to be a heavy dose of Michael Carter and Ty Johnson again. And I'd love to see that. 2 young guys. We really ran the ball well. I think we had 145 rushing yards last week, something close to that, maybe over 150. But we need to establish that again, and we need to get the ball to Zach Wilson's hands quick, fast, and efficiently. Mike LaFleur has to do a better job with the play calling. I want to see a lot of short screens, get the ball in our playmakers' hands. Michael Carter out the backfield, Elijah Moore maybe on some jet sweeps, on a little bubble screens, get him going. Braxton Barros has a good start to the season, get him going. It seems like we're going to be without Jamison Crowder, so that is a little bit of a loss. And who knows if Denzel Mims is playing, but we still need to target our top guys like Corey Davis, maybe get Keelan Cole going. We haven't really seen much of him. He didn't play too well last week. Maybe get our tight ends involved, Tyler Croft. I know we don't have a great core, but we need everyone involved. We need the ball out of Zach Wilson's hands quick, and we need him to really get into a rhythm. I mean, if we want to script plays for the first couple of drives of the games, by all means do it. If we need to go hurry up to start the game to really get Zach Wilson flowing, do it. We're going to be on the road against a great defense. We need to do everything in our power to really get Zach Wilson going early, short passing game, get his completion percentage high, let him get in a rhythm, let him know that he could trust the run game and trust his playmakers around him with some short screens and really get things going. I think we need to put points on the board early. We really struggled, especially in the first half on offense this year. We need to change that this game if we want to win. And I mean, I think our offense is good enough to go toe for toe with the Broncos offense. It's just really a matter of how well we're playing and how well Zach Wilson is getting the ball out of his hands and how well he's feeling, and if he's got that mojo. If he's playing well, I think this team's going to play well. And obviously the offensive line did have a big improvement from week 1 in the run game, especially. I know Elijah Vera-Tucker played well in the run game. Morgan Moses has been very solid coming in for Mekhi Becton. George Fant's been a little iffy, but he had a decent comeback game last week. But we really need guys like Greg Van Roten to play better. Connor McGovern also played well himself, but Greg Van Roten's really been a liability on the offensive line, so we need to see him improve. But in general, I really felt like the rest of the offense didn't play that bad last week. It was really Zach Wilson rushing and forcing things because he felt like he had to play hero ball. So if we could change that and get the ball out of his hands quickly, I think this offense could be a different story. I think we could really hang in there against the Broncos. But really only time will tell. It's going to be a tough opponent to face. So then let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think about this whole game in general? How do you think Zach Wilson's going to play? And as always, go Jets.